Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to continue our basic Node and Express. We're going to change middleware to create a time server. If you are just jumping in here, I recommend going through this whole lesson with me because I'm actually producing a real production web app. We're deploying it to Heroku, and if you haven't gone through these stages, it's probably going to be difficult. So today we're going to chain middleware to create a time server. Middleware can be mounted at specific routes using app.method, path, and middleware. And when they say method here, they mean it could be app.use, it could be app.get, app.post, or whatever. And then the path is going to be equal to the / whatever. Like here we've got freecodecamp.org/learn. So the path is /learn APIs microservices. And then it's followed by a middleware function. Middleware can also be chained inside route definitions. So it's like this. What do they mean when they say it's chained? We've got our app.get, and then we initialize the function, and then we have a chained on function here, which is saying send this. So this is kind of like a middleware path. This approach is useful to split the server operations into smaller units. That leads to a better app structure and the possibility to rescue code in different places. This approach can also be used to perform some validation on the data. At each point of the middleware stack, you can block the execution of the current chain and pass control to functions specifically designed to handle errors. So you can have error handling here. You could put a log here so that you can see what was passed in before this thing broke, you know, that kind of thing. I think that that's what they're trying to say. Or you can pass control to the next matching route to handle special cases. We will see how to do this in Advanced Express section. In the route app.get /now, chain a middleware function and a final handler. In the middleware function, you should add the current time to the request object in the request.time key, and you can use time, or you can use a new date that's been converted to a string. So new date function to new string function. In the handler response with the JSON object, taking the structure of time dot is equal to request.time. So we want to have a response object where we have a time key with a value of request.time. The test will not pass if you don't chain the middleware. If you mount the function somewhere else, the test will fail even if the output is the result. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do, I believe that this is going to be here. Chain middleware to create a time server. They help you out by naming it here. But here, yeah, we don't need to do this one down below because we're creating a new path. So yeah, we want to go app.get, and we're going to say /now. You'll notice if we go to our production server, and if we went to /now, we would just get a blank page that says not found. And so what we want is to return, when we go to this, whatever now is, we want to return a JavaScript object or a JSON object with time, and then a key value of where the key is time, and then a string of request.time is here. So app.get /now. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to say /now. Okay, we want to make this a middleware function. So we're going to say function is equal to request and a response, and then we're also going to have a next function. And after, we're going to set something, and we're going to then use the next thing. So we want to make sure we pass it in. And then here we're going to have a second function where we just have a request and a response. And here we're going to say, I think we want to respond with a JSON object, so res.json. And we want to pass in a object with the structure of time, and we're going to have the request.time. And so here we want to say request.time is equal to well, I think we want to convert it to a string initially. So yes, here they have it actually set there. So I'm going to create a function even above here. It says function of get the current time string. and we're going to say this one returns a new time. Is it? Oh, I got Ruby in my mind. We want to say a new, okay, new date. There we go. Date dot to string. Okay, so get current time string is this function, and we can save the get current time string to request.time. And then our chained on function, where we'll say we'll respond to the JSON with a time, and then the request.time is the time that we got from here. And so I think that this should work. So if I save this, now let's test it locally before we try to push it to their production server. So I'm gonna go npm start, and then if I come over to here on my local host and I say, I'm gonna go to the path of now, it says, yeah, we're passing an object that says time, and then we've got, the Indochina time. This will probably look different for you unless you are in Indochina. We're still getting our request logger from here. And so this looks like it's going to pass to me. I made a new function, and it just returns a time to string. So it returns a string, and then we save the request. We have a .time key value pair in which we have a string. Request.time is a key for the string. And then in the next one, we're responding with a JSON object in which the time is equal to the request.time. And so, let's go stop the local server, and we're going to go get stat. We don't have to go get status, but I just like doing this to show you what's happening. So we've altered a file in my app, so we can say get diff. We can see in my app, we've added this function, and that's the only thing that's changed. So we want to save that. We could say get add myapp.js, and now if we went get status, we'd see that it's green, so it's staged. So we want to say get commit -m, and we want to say add /now API response, and then we can get push Heroku. So we're going to push this new code to our production server. So currently our production server, our logs can be seen here. So we're going to say get push Heroku, and we're going to add to the head and master. And once I press enter here, my computer is going to start pushing code from this local machine to our production server. So the build started for me here. We're installing these node dependencies, pruning dev dependencies. The build succeeded. This is good. That means that we didn't have any errors. It's actually not a surprise because we knew it was running locally because we ran it locally. So now this production server has responded, and it's the state changed from starting to up. So our server is up. And now we can go to the production app, and what was used to be a not found response should be a time.now thing. Okay. And so I'm actually getting a different time.now because this is where the server is. So it must be in Greenwich Mean Time. Anyways, that doesn't really matter. We take this and we can come back over here and paste it in. But we don't want to paste in the route with the /now. We just want to have the URL to our application. So I say I completed this one, and it works. So the first time that I did this, I did not extract this. So if you were doing something like this, that might be your problem. And so another thing is that when we're doing this, we want to use arrow functions, right? Because this is just kind of the way that people are writing JavaScript now. This is just, it's the exact same thing, but it just looks a little cleaner, and people will understand your code a little bit better in the modern JavaScript world. And if you wanted to push that code up to production, then you have to do the same thing. Git add, git commit, refactor to arrow functions, and then npm start just to make sure that everything runs and it doesn't stop. If I refresh now, locally it works. Cool. Don't need to worry about that. And then I say get push Heroku head master. And then I just refactored the production app a little bit. And that's good to go. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next video.